All right, welcome back to 6 Degrees Radio. I'm your co-host, as well with my other co-host, DJ Slam.
Word up, young MC. It's your boy, Chris Green. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. That is The Ignorance is Free with a Z.
And follow me at DJ Slam Canada. And follow the show at 6 Degrees Radio. That's number 6 Degrees Radio. And check out the track list. Since we've had so many people calling in and showing up and everything tonight, we haven't had a chance to mention the tracks. So find out the tracks that we played on our Twitter at 6 Degrees Radio. I'm not going through it, Rob.
Yeah. So, the man of the hour is here. Brandon Leslie is in the building. And, we're going to kind of get into it with them. But before we do, if you have any questions for the man, feel free to call in live, 416-946-7000. But let's just get right to it. Cool with that, Slam?
Yeah, man. Jump in.
All right, Leslie. My understanding is, you've been playing drums for like 18 years, keys for 5. You've been writing for like 8, producing for 10.
Yeah.
In 2019, where pretty much anyone can get a record deal for anything.
Right.
Bad Baby, Tekashi 6ix9ine. With all that talent and that long, extensive resume, like why would that matter? Why would we care about that?
No, see, that's a good question, man. Me personally, like, I went through a lot of things where it's like it was kind of like a limitation to a degree. I won't get into everything right now, say it to the end, but right now it's a situation where I kind of have less limitation on what I can do and what I can't do.
Right.
So at this point in time, I feel like this is the perfect time for me to get to where I want to go. Especially because I've been developing my craft. I produce, I write my own music.
Right.
I do a lot of things. I create, direct my own videos. I do all that stuff by myself. Graphic design, I do all that by myself.
That's dope.
So it's like a situation where right now it's like, if I really need anything, I set the palm of my hands. And if I don't do it, then I got my resources on hand.
Okay, so you basically Carlton Banks that question, and you danced all the way around it. What I'm saying is, you're extremely talented, clearly.
Right.
But today, when you don't really need that, you just need a viral video.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just need to cash me outside. How about that?
How about that?
Like, why is all that still so important today? Like, why should we care about that?
At the end of the day, I could still do that too.
Okay.
Put it that way.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? So if I could do that too, and if I want to do that for myself, I can do that for others as well.
Right.
So when it comes to a value sense, I'm more valuable than those guys that do it for themselves, because I'm going to do it for other people too.
Right.
I got a bunch of people behind me right now that I could do it for. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
I have like 6-7 mans I could do it for right now.
I think that's important too, actually. When I jumped into the whole scene, I didn't expect to make it or anything, like or make any kind of like waves, but me and Ultra Meg, the first thing that we thought was like, we're not relying on anybody. Like, if anything needs to be done, we're gonna get it done. Like, we filmed our first video on an iPhone.
Right.
We recorded it in my mom's closet. You know what I mean? We're just like, and I did all the artwork off. Like, I taught myself Photoshop and just did it. And I think it's like, he's doing the same thing. So, we got to respect that. It's like,
self-sufficient, basically.
Yeah, man.
Basically.
I was on your website. I seen your interviews that you did as well. And, you have an EP called The Matter of Time on the website. Plug the website for the listeners.
Right. It's BrandonLeslie.com, actually.
On the website, you go to that website right now, and you mentioned that the EP is going to be dropping fall 2018.
Right.
Well,
here's what
2019.
What happened?
See, what had happened was exactly. Realistically, here's the thing. Like I was saying, there's limitations that was hindering me from doing a lot of things, and it's like once those limitations were removed, the amount of momentum that came with that, and the amount of creativity that came along with that, it's like it blew whatever I had out the water. So it's like I'm torn between releasing that EP right now, and just letting that die and dropping a brand new EP.
Oh wow, you're gonna shelf like a whole project.
I'm at a point like right now. I went to the studio before this. 3-hour session, dropped 5 records.
Wow,
dope.
See what I'm saying? It's a situation where right now it's like my mind is on a different level. You know what I mean? Like I'm at a point in time where it's like, yo, this is the time. Now or never.
So I mean, doesn't you think that kind of puts more pressure on delivering a really solid body of work, and not even just a solid body of work? Because I feel like if you're an artist and you're talented, you're good at what you do, you could do that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's just as important to have the push behind it.
Right.
You know what I mean? To do the shows, to have the advertising. Like that's important too.
100%.
So doesn't that kind of put a little bit more pressure on you?
Nah, we got all of that covered.
We have it all covered.
It's just grind time.
I've been in this industry for about 10 years.
Right.
Grinding, you know what I mean? I've been doing it behind the scenes though. A lot of dudes are out here dropping records, and they're still not doing anything.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a situation where right now the resources that I have collected, when I drop,
It's gonna be
I'm
epic.
good. I'm good. Put it that way.
Epic.
I wanna. I wanna.
I think we should give people like a little taste here.
Okay. Absolutely. Yes.
All right.
Yes. Please do.
Yo, let's go on to the music, man.
All right.
Tell them what they want to hear, man.
So I got 2 tracks from you. Is there anyone you want to play first?
We could do Don't Lie.
Okay.
Let's do Don't Lie.
All right, let's start into Don't Lie by Brandon Leslie. Let's go. Welcome back to 6 Degrees Radio.
6.
66666. I
What
forgot.
is sub it is?
That's dope. Yo, that track is real dope too, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Did you produce that beat as well?
Produced that beat, I wrote the record. I actually creative directed that video. Shout out to Kevin Moore. He shot and edited.
Nice. Yo, like that. I actually just was watching the video earlier, and like, and you said you directed it too.
Yeah, I directed that.
So I got like some real Payday and like Batman like vibes from that video. Just, you know what I mean?
Batman, no Robin. Batman, no Robin.
I want to make it like a movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope. I mean, the visuals are crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like really dope.
A whole lot of effects, right?
What?
You're loving the effects.
No,
right?
just like it's like clean. It's real clean.
Exactly.
You know, like I like the like it's like good contrast and stuff like that too. Like nice like sliding shots. I mean, it's just well done. It's like a professional video.
It's crazy because
just say it, man. You want to say dope video?
Yeah, I think I did say that. But
It's actually crazy because me and the director actually sat down at my house and we're going over the shots, and I'm like, you know what? When I was actually shooting the video with him, there's a certain shot. I think it was a shooting scene, and I'm like, I want you to kind of focus on me running, but then when it gets to the door and he comes out the door, I want you to focus back on that guy and follow him.
Nice. So
So that swinging scene, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
swinging
yeah.
scene, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I kind of want, that effect.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So like when it comes to, I'm a visionary. So when it comes to videos and stuff like that, like I know how to visualize and I know how to, so yeah.
I want to actually talk about that. I was on your YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go to the YouTube channel. Please plug that.
100. So it's Brandon Leslie.
It's a Vivo. Yeah, it's a Vivo
account,
channel.
yeah.
Exactly. It's a Vivo channel.
I blanked out for a second.
My bad. But I was checking it out, and I see you got 3 singles on there. You got Me, which is at 17K. You got Don't Lie, which we just played, which is a banger, which is at 22K.
Yeah.
And then these came out like a month ago.
Right.
And then you got the new joint NTS.
Yeah.
It's been out for 3 weeks, but these numbers are pretty low. They're only at 430.
It's been out for a week.
It says 3 weeks.
It's been out for a week.
It's been out for a week?
For a week, yeah.
Okay,
Only
so
a week.
well let's do the math.
Yeah.
So we take 430, we multiply it by 4. That still doesn't add up to 17,000.
Right.
What's happening with this particular record?
So what had happened was, again, there's limitations that have been lifted. Seriously, I had no time to promote, and no time to really do much of anything at this point.
Right.
And it's like, once that barrier was lifted, it's just everything opened up.
So now the floodgates are
So
open.
now the floodgates at this point is crazy, man.
But yeah, it's just promotion of NTS.
Yeah.
Because Don't Lie, the whole team was promoting it.
Right.
NTS, it was a random hit up. Yo, I got this track. And he dropped the video.
Drop it right now.
That was it.
And it looks like it was a continuation of
exactly.
It was a
to be part
continuation, and I was kind of waiting for a certain amount. I think it was 18K on Don't Lie, and once it hit 18K, I was gonna drop NTS right away, So I did that, but again, that dropped, and then I got that news, and it was just like, all right, hold up.
All right.
Yo,
take a break.
Brandon, there was a time when not sounding like anyone, it's kind of what made you stand out. If you sounded like someone, that wasn't it. You just get looked over immediately.
Right.
Whereas today, people just kind of ride the wave. People are using auto-tune, they rock with auto-tune. People use heavy 808s, they use heavy 808s.
Right.
It's like today, if you try to be different, you get left behind.
Yeah, that's okay though.
So, I mean, for yourself, right? Do you think that you sound like what most people hear on commercial radio?
See, here's the thing. I'm a versatile artist, right?
So
if you take a look at the 3 records that dropped,
yes, with those 3 songs specifically,
those are all different vibes.
Right.
You'll hear the reggae side, you'll hear the trap side, and then you'll hear the deep side. Feel me? So it's like at this point, I'm playing with you. I'm letting you know that listen, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get.
Right.
You don't know what I'm gonna come with. Just be ready for it. You know what I mean?
Music is really consumed pretty fast today,
Right.
right? Like albums, like an artist will drop like 2 albums in a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? You mentioned that you've been in the game for over a decade. You know, a lot behind the scenes. Like, how come you only have 3 singles?
I have a lot of other singles, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
just I didn't want to push those out. Previously, my name was IDZ, so I have a
Okay.
couple records out there. If you search IDZ right now, you see a Vivo. I have Day One, my dude right here. I have a lot of other records, man. There's a whole bunch of records, man. A
So,
whole slew of records.
Yeah, because I mean earlier,
Stress-free, all sorts, yeah, man.
off
look
camera,
up
off
IDZ
camera,
on
you mentioned
YouTube.
that a lot of this is strategy. So is this strategy or is this laziness?
It's
Strategy.
strategy. 'Cause here's the
Ain't no
thing, man.
laziness around here.
Here's what I'm gonna give you an analogy right now, all right? Here's an analogy.
All right.
All right. So let's say I came out as a Honda, right?
Yeah.
And I soup myself up. I'm still a Honda. But if you come out as a Lambo, you're a Lambo, bro.
And you ain't gotta get
Ain't nobody
souped
got to
up.
soup you up. You a Lambo, man.
Period.
You know what I mean? That's it. So you want to come out as a Lambo. That's my
I like
analogy.
that. I like that.
That's
I can
it.
rock with that.
All right, Lambo. We got a call with a question for you on the phone.
Lambo music.
We got Joey on the phone. Joey, you there?
Yes. Hi.
Hey,
I'm a long-time listener, and I'm a huge fan of Brandon Leslie, by the way.
dope.
Yeah. Question. So what new projects do you have coming out on the way?
Good question, man. So right now, again, I have that A Matter of Time. It's kind of sitting in the background right now. I'm trying to think about dropping it or just trying to release a couple singles off of that. But I got A Matter of Time, and I got a new one in the works. I just actually started today, so look out for that.
Stay tuned.
Untitled, just stay tuned to that.
Dope. Thanks for calling in, Joey. We really appreciate that.
Thank you,
no
Joey.
worries.
Thank you,
Appreciate it,
Joey.
bro.
Thank you, Joey. Really appreciate it.
You know, I'm a little bit of a Twitter stalker,
All right.
and I was on your Twitter.
I like this.
This is like a
Okay.
really.
I
This
like,
is,
Okay.
I like y'all.
yeah, it's kind of an old post. It looks like, I think it was like back in like 2012. But you know, you posted something, and you know, you say my parents should have been more supportive, because you know I ain't gonna sit in an interview and act like they did/do. It's pretty effed up, actually. So I mean, you've been playing. You said you played the drums for like 18 years. I mean, did they just
Right.
like never support your
So
music?
here's the situation. So it's not that they didn't really support it. It's more so that it's something that they're not really into. You know, as parents, there's certain situations you don't want your child in. You know, I'm a parent myself. I have a 2-year-old son now.
Right.
And when I look at it, it's like, yo, there's certain things that you don't want your kid to be involved in. There's certain aspects of life that you don't want them to really be introduced to. And as growing up, I respect that. 2012 was a young kid, man.
So did they ever support your music
As of
at
now,
all?
yeah, man. As of now, it's a whole different vibe. It's a whole different vibe.
Another tweet the exact same day, you said, see, when I'm rich, my pop's still gonna be a broke motherfucker. I didn't swear. And then he says, my mom's finna live lavish though. Spa weekends. She deserves it. You know, just speaking of that, because you don't talk about your dad, but I mean, like, generally speaking, like, why do you think men tend to fall short of their responsibilities in terms of fatherhood?
Well, you know, it's not even, he didn't fall short of his fatherhood. Again, it's more of an adolescent thing growing up.
Right.
You
Just
don't really
click
understand
with
what
your
it is.
dad, you
See,
know?
now, my dad, shout out to my pops too, because he's a really hard worker. You know what I mean? It was a situation where he was working like nonstop, and I felt like it was more like he wasn't really around. You know what I mean? So growing up, it's like, you know, like you feel like, okay, well, I'm on my own. I have to learn by myself, whatever. And as you get older, you're like, you know what?
He wasn't really there.
It was my
just trying
fault.
to do it
He
for the
was doing his
family.
thing for the family.
It's just a little misunderstanding growing up.
So
you know?
basically, it's just so sometimes it is justifiable then.
It is, yeah.
Okay. I mean, do you think?
Shout out Pop Dudes.
But do you felt that impacted you as a child though?
I mean, yo, there's a lot of things that impacted me as a child, man. Like growing up, I've had countless close calls with death, man. I remember one time specifically, I was like probably like 7 years old, and I was with a family friend, a close family friend.
Mm-hmm.
We're just playing around in the street, and I guess this white dude and his wife were having a domestic dispute, and he tried to run her over.
What?
Yeah, and he almost hit me instead.
See, this is why they need to be doing that breathalyzer test.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like crazy stuff. And it's stuff like that. I remember I was driving in a car one time and like I was leaning on the door. It was like a door that never really opened in the car.
Yeah.
On the highway, it swung open. My sister grabbed me. My sister's a year older than me. She grabbed me back in the car. It's stuff
So
like
many
that
things.
is I've had so many traumatic experiences, man. I lost my best friend at 11 years old. Like it's been shaping my whole demeanor at this point. Like my character's like totally different.
So is that
point,
is that the type of stuff that we're actually going to be hearing in your music?
Of course, NTS I actually touched on that. Ramon, shout out Ramon, R.I.P. You know, rest in
R.I.P.
peace, long
Ramon.
live. It's my guy. 11 years old. That's when I lost him. You know.
Don't doubt.
And it's
like
like,
RIP.
yeah, that dude, that was my best friend, man. We played ball, Raptors ball together. Actually, Scotiabank arena. We used to actually do practice over there.
Yeah.
I went to church together back, in the day, whatever. Sleepovers, all that. And then one day, I remember, I'll never forget it. My mom came in my room. She's like, I got to tell you something. Ramon passed away. I'm 11 years old. I don't understand. Right. And then the next day, I'm like, so what happened? Because I want to understand. And she didn't sugarcoat it for me because I respect her for that. She's like, you know what? He was in a car accident. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Went through the windshield.
That's crazy.
He was
man.
okay, and then a truck crushed his head. And I was like,
crazy.
Oh my God.
yeah, I was 11. Feel me? So it's like hearing that, it kind of made me not even want to be close to people.
Right.
It's like
Just
when
knowing that you could lose them at any time.
Anytime. So now it's like growing up. It's like when I let you into my circle, it's actual love. Like my homie right here, like a couple other mans. When I let you in my circle, it's actually love. Because it's like at this, like I'm still going through that traumatic experience. It's like it's been like a couple years now, but at the same time, it's still something that's gonna.
It's just a replay.
Well, we got somebody that wants to try and get in the circle on the line right
Yeah,
now.
I didn't want to. Jump in that thing.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, so we got Vanessa on the phone. Vanessa, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Are you had a question?
Yes, I did. I just wanted to ask. I'm a big fan of like the videos that Brian Leslie has put out. I just wanted to know what were your ideas behind No Lie and the NTS videos.
Don't lie. Okay. So
And thanks for calling, by the way.
Thank you, Vanessa.
appreciate it, Vanessa. So I mean, the idea and the concept behind it, it came from a place where I wanted to kind of touch on the gun violence, but not really, touch on it in a sense where I'm talking strictly about it.
Right.
If you actually sit down and watch and critique that video, it goes from me being the guy that's getting the call to be like, yo, we got a situation, we got to go do this, to being the guy that gets shot.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like at some point I made a decision to go and do that, and then I ended up getting hurt.
Yeah.
Right. NTS now, when it comes back, it shows you the whole storyline. So when I got the call to go do that mission with him,
Right.
he was setting me up.
It was like the other way around.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys
He
need to
was-
watch
he was-
the whole
he-
epilogue.
You know what I'm saying? He was there saying, all right, he's coming through, he's gonna get the bag. You guys be ready and rob him, right?
2 robberies at once.
2 robberies at once. Pretty much trying to put me
That's dope.
and the guy against each other.
That's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? So it's like a situation where if you look in today's society right now, it's like there's a lot of dudes playing both sides of the fence, people on the fence, and like it's a situation where you don't even really know who to trust.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean? And I wanted to kind of touch on that topic without really touching on that topic because it's a sensitive topic. Because there's a lot of dudes that catch feelings and they don't want to really hear that kind of stuff. A lot of dudes are ignorant.
But I like the
Love
fact
it,
that you did that because you're like, look, I'm gonna go do this, and a lot of people have that mentality, like they're ready to ride for certain things. But guess what? When you go outside,
Yeah.
you might not make it
You might
home.
get touched, man.
That's the real thing.
You might
I like
get
the-
You know what I
the
mean?
twist
So-
behind it.
Yeah.
The superhero got hurt.
Exactly.
Facts.
And I think a lot of the times that's actually left out of the story.
Yeah.
This type of music, they tend to glamorize like a certain
All of that.
lifestyle, and they don't necessarily show, the consequences.
Could
Like you don't take W's every single day.
Exactly.
Couple
Yeah.
L's.
Yeah, man. And
Everybody
sometimes
catches
the L
L.
is a capital, and that's it.
And that's it, man. That's all
You
she
know what I
wrote.
mean? Yeah.
Finito.
All right, we should jump into the last track that we got from you right now. NTS. Anything? All right, welcome back to 6 Degrees Radio.
6 Degrees Radio. This
I
is
got you.
Respect.
D tears on the sound effects. Y'all.
Yeah, the soundboard's broken right now. We're gonna get that fixed up for next week. So Chris Green, you got the random 10 coming at him.
Yeah, let's get into the random 10. Random 10 is pretty basic, pretty straightforward, pretty ignorant.
All right.
Essentially, all we do is we just ask questions, random questions. We look for one-word answers. I don't care about context. Don't try to explain yourself. I'm not interested.
Yes.
And like always, we're gonna get DJ Slam to participate.
Yeah.
And in case you guys are, because maybe get a chance to plug you, man. D Tears is in the building.
We in the building,
G
man.
Tears is also going to be a part of this as well. But we're going to start with the guest, the man of the hour, Brandon Leslie. We'll do Brandon, we'll do Tears, and then we'll do Slam, all right? So let's get into this. This is Random 10.
All right.
Brandon Leslie.
What's up?
All right, let's get it going.
Let's get it.
Who is the better group? Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
NSYNC.
I'll say Backstreet Boys.
Oh, you waiting for me?
Yeah.
Backstreet Boys. The beats were crazy.
Yikes.
What's another radio-friendly word for vagina?
Kitty cat.
I say Beaver.
Yo, if you ever listen to the De La Soul track, baseball, it's the baseball.
The baseball.
Hold on. The De La Soul. We talking about?
Yeah.
Hold up. Do you support the Amber Rose slut walk? On the mic, please.
I don't know about all that.
Wait. No, we're starting with.
All I'm gonna say is
Brandon.
feminism.
I don't know about all that.
I don't want to say nothing.
Sure.
Everybody's politically correct there. All right. Okay. Should black people ever become cops?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
No. Just kidding. No. Totally.
I love it.
Fila.
Feel it, yeah.
Fila or Adidas?
Oh, Adidas.
I say feel it right now because they be conjoining with Fendi and that shit looks lit.
All right.
True.
Yeah, Adidas for sure.
Adidas. Okay.
Adidas, man.
Okay.
I don't know about you, boy.
They be linking up with two F's, Fendi and Fila.
How long do you need to be dating
God.
before your girl can fart in front of you?
Never. You gotta be eternity.
Okay.
Don't ever do that shit.
Yo, honestly, I say a month, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta feel free after a month, cause after you guys living together, man, ain't nobody running to the washroom and go let off some gas, fam.
I mean, whatever. Like day one, who cares?
Yeah, real talk.
Violent, boy.
Nah, you gotta I ain't trying to smell it,
I'm
but
trying to man. If I smell
a
something,
month
it's
at
crazy,
least.
boy.
I'm
Like,
gonna page you.
Hold up.
Stinks.
In hours and or minutes, how much porn is too much per week?
Oh wow.
Wow.
In hours and or minutes,
You guys
how much
really
porn is
got
too
no
much porn per
filter.
week?
Hour.
Brandon, so hours or minutes, how much porn is
Hours
too
or
much in a week?
minutes.
Yeah.
Damn, man. You can't be asking me this question. I don't know, man. I'm passing.
I think if you do hours, you're pushing it, man. Maybe a 3 minute. I don't know.
Like
man.
3 minutes?
3 minutes,
fast,
man. A
dude.
regular quick clip.
Yo, man. They don't even like break the title scene if you're watching.
Slam, talk to me, man.
Oh man, geez, how many is like 45 movies? No, I'm kidding. No, I don't know. Maybe a couple hours, like over a whole week.
Over a whole week.
A
Maybe-
whole
yeah.
week. I'm putting.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
Get it in there. All right.
No, but I mean, like that's like
An hour
that's
for
like
the
20 minutes. It's like 20 minutes at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Alright.
Do you refrigerate your ketchup or leave it at room temperature?
Room temperature.
Refrigerate.
Who are you?
Whoa, bro.
Crazy.
Slam.
That shit's always.
Oh, sorry, I missed the question. What was it?
Do you refrigerate your ketchup or leave it at room temperature?
Actually, it's in my fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you people?
Yo,
You guys,
I rate
man.
it, bro.
You guys
I
are
can't
nasty.
eat cold ketchup, man.
No,
Yeah.
but
man.
That's
I
nasty.
don't know. I feel like the longer you keep it out, the longer it can spoil quicker.
What are you talking
Just
about?
buy more ketchup. All right, yo. Okay, hold up. We got 2 more questions.
All right.
Who would you rather sleep with? Martha Stewart on a mattress covered in tiramisu, or Whoopi Goldberg after she played basketball for an hour with no shower?
Tiramisu, bro.
Herb soup, fam.
Martha Stewart on a mattress covered in tiramisu, or
Tiramisu.
Whoopi Goldberg after she played ball for an hour with no
Man,
shower?
that's.
Brandon Leslie, let's go.
That hurts, bro. It was Martha.
Brandon Leslie,
Martha.
you already skipped one. Who you doing, Martha?
I'm gonna go Martha.
All right.
Yo, I'm gonna have to go with Martha, man. Whoopi Goldberg and sweat.
No shower, bro. Come on.
I ain't even caring about the bed right now.
And Slam.
Tiramisu.
So you're going with Martha Stewart?
Yeah.
Man, come on,
Ain't
man.
nobody want no drippy. fucking
Yeah, man. Basketball? No, forget that. Forget that.
And last question. How many Tamil friends do you have?
I got a gang,
Ooh.
man, actually.
So a lot.
Crazy. I got Tiger Tamils, man. Shout out to Tiger Tamils, man.
Bam, bam.
Bam,
Tears.
I got one. Shout out Seth Vegan. Don't know.
And DJ Slam. How many Tamil friends do you have?
I don't know. I just don't know. I gotta ask. I guess I gotta ask.
Diversity, man. All about that.
You need to diversify your life.
Canada, man. Multicultural.
All right, you guys. That's the random 10 with Brandon, Leslie, and Tears, and of course the one and the only DJ Slam. I want to thank you guys so much for coming through again.
Respect. Thanks for. Thanks for. God, jeez, I'm stumbling. This question's.
Nah,
this
we
question's
had a whole
Got you
lot
on,
of
got you
fun.
on edge,
We had a
man.
whole lot of fun.
All right, and with that, let's jump back into the tracks to end off the show. We got 20 minutes left. Let's jump into a track, I guess, that kind of fits this whole thing. It's called Smoke Netflix Chill by Tank and the Bangas. Here we go. All right, I guess we're getting into the end of the show here, so, I guess it was... yeah, you're on. What? No, you're not. Now you're on.
Thank you.
My bad.
We learning.
Yeah, we learning. So, yeah, thank you very much for listening to the show. This is 6 Degrees Radio, every single Monday night from 10 till midnight. Dope, man. Dude, we should have you here every week doing that, man.
Seriously.
But, I guess, we should, we still have the, the lovely dude, the lovely dudes, the dudes in there.
Lovely dude.
Pause,
I
hold
mean,
on,
I
full
guess
stop.
I guess they are kind
Flattered,
of
man,
dressed
flattered.
okay. But I wouldn't go as far as
A
calling
whole
them
lot of
lovely.
swag. A whole lot of love in one place.
But yeah, no,
Saucy.
we definitely still got Brandon, Leslie, and D-Tears in the
Yeah.
building, and thank you guys for coming through.
No doubt,
You
man.
know what I
Appreciate you
mean?
for having us, man.
I don't appreciate the fact that you skipped over one of those questions, but
Hey,
we'll
man.
get it.
Catch me next time. How about that?
Yeah, but we'll get you guys to take us out of here, man.
Dope. And I just want to
yeah,
point
of
out
course.
that, like, when Leslie got twisted up in my mind, so I said lovely dudes. I just want to make that clear.
Oh, all right.
I just want to make that
You're
clear.
forgiven, you're forgiven,
It's
you're
okay,
forgiven.
don't worry.
Yo, it's a whole lot of love in one place, man.
Exactly.
A whole lot of love in one place.
All right.
All right, Brandon, take us out of here.
All right, man. So I want to appreciate. Shout out to 6 Degrees for having me. Want y'all to check me out. If you haven't heard of me, check me out at my Instagram, the real Brandon Leslie. Check me out on Twitter. I'm Brandon Leslie. Website www.brandonleslie.com. You can check me out on YouTube, Brandon Leslie Vivo. I want to shout out my broski Anthony. He has a company called the DNA Project. They actually provide live entertainment for any kind of events. If it's a wedding, corporate event, anything of that nature, check them out. Instagram, the DNA thing. Shout out to man them. Tears, what's up?
Yo, my Instagram is _all